Fish truck tea, fish truck tea, fish truck tea. Fist,
where we play nothing but rock. I told him recently I found out the meaning of the term or the phrase genre or whatever.
My mind was blown.
Yeah,
like,
butt rock.
Yeah, you were like, hey, do you know where butt rock comes from? And I was like, no, but I know what butt rock is, but I don't know where it comes from.
Yeah, and I found out that apparently it stems or originates from radio stations that'd be like, welcome to like KRS 107.7, where we play nothing but rock, and then they play
Butt
like
rock.
Seven Dust Seven Dust, yeah, maybe Seven Dust, Shine Down. Five Finger Death Punch, 3 Days Grace, like all that kind of shit. That's it. Found that out.
I like all those bands though.
So speaking of butt, how about Microsoft?
Yo, come on, man.
This is a segue that we had from last episode. So you don't have to watch that. Like last episode gives no context to this one aside from
that we were going to talk about Xbox.
Yeah,
this episode.
Yeah.
So Microsoft closed a shit ton of four studios, and like one of them, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've said this before on this podcast, but there's a game called Hi-Fi Rush
on this podcast.
It's not a podcast. What the fuck? I'm getting confused. My brain is melting. Hi-Fi Rush was like one of my favorite games last year.
Yeah.
And they fucking closed the goddamn studio and made it. And it's like, but that game won so many awards. And it was good. And they made a good game. Why are you punishing them? Apparently, so I don't know if it was conference calls or what do you call them? Shareholder meetings.
Yeah.
They said that they're going in a new direction. They're going like low budget, high return games. And the reason why Hi-Fi Rush was canned, the people who made Hi-Fi Rush was canned, because like Hi-Fi Rush was not low enough budget for where they want the games to make. They're gonna make, and so it's like, oof.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that when Hi-Fi Rush came out, I forget who. I think Aaron Greenberg was the guy. Literally, I think said on Twitter or some shit, or I forget what. That Hi-Fi Rush was a success on like all fronts, like commercially, critically, all sorts of all the shit that matters. It was a success,
Bro,
and
the employees. What's the name of the company?
Tango Gameworks.
Tango Gameworks. They have like employees tweeting out. I saw this one employee's tweet. They're like, what the fuck's going on? That shit's crazy. And one of the tweets was like, I think we're closing because we weren't successful enough. And it's just a picture of all the wall of awards that Hi-Fi Rush won. And, oh, man. I like, as far as new IPs, and it's just, we were talking about it last time, like, they gave a damn, right?
Yeah.
It shows that give a damn. Clearly, they gave a damn about the game because it was good.
It was very good. It was very good. Like there's a oh god. The thing is that like so that they were part of the Bethesda acquisition. And the thing is, before Hi-Fi Rush, I mean, like they didn't have. I would say before Hi-Fi Rush, it's not like they had the best track record because, like, I think in general, most people to lean towards like kind of negative towards Ghostwire Tokyo. I haven't played it yet.
I haven't played it either, but I got the same.
Yeah, like that. That's the general consensus.
I think because like also it looked really good when it came out, so it kind of got on that hype train, and then it just kind of fell short.
Well, because it also had like the whole like it had like that Japanese like spiritual medium type shit. Like and but nonetheless, before Hi-Fi Rush, they made horror games. That was really the main thing. I don't know how spooky Ghostwire Tokyo was, but like Then there was The Evil Within, the first one, which I think was kind of like also sketchy the way people. I enjoy it, but it's also, I would not say it's a great game. It's definitely got like its you know, quirks to it. I could play through it again and enjoy it, but it's also got some
It
bits
definitely feels like the first iteration of a series. You know
yeah, which is exactly where The Evil Within 2 comes in. And I never really quite got the vibe on the general consensus of this one, because like I just saw the game, like, because when the game came out, I was working at Best Buy. I saw it and I was just like, oh, I might get that. Like, to be honest, I didn't even know a second one was coming out.
Right.
I saw a second one came out. I was just like, what the fuck? It seems like this shit flew under the radar. And then that's when I started seeing ads and stuff. And like, oh, hell yeah. Because like I thoroughly enjoyed the first one, even though like you know, once again, I'm aware that's not like the best thing ever, but I enjoyed the first one a lot. And so the second one, I get it, and that game is objectively great. In my opinion, that game is objectively great. Like it's like if you took the newer style of Resident Evil games, or you know, the newer. When I say newer style, I mean like our Resident Evil 4,
the remakes, yeah.
Well, not the well, I guess the remakes.
Oh yeah,
but like,
no,
I just mean the third person, you know, where it got like more actiony and that kind of shit.
Right.
In my opinion, The Evil Within 2 is like if you took that style of game and then actually made it scary.
Huh. Okay.
Because like, you know, I think it's very uncontroversial, very cold take to say that Resident Evil 4 through 6 were not scary.
No. But those fucking, I don't know about you.
Like they might have had small pockets,
yeah,
small
pockets.
windows.
No, you're overall correct. But those fucking regenerators, bro.
Yeah, the regenerators were the scariest part. I think the boss fight against the, I forget what it was called, but you know, the thing that you fight in like the containers. Yeah, that thing, because like at first you're like, yo, you don't even get a chance to look at it. You see like this tail's just snipping at you or something. You're like, what the fuck is going on? And
like I don't know about you, but like even when I'm asleep and all the lights are off and something does scare me, it's usually when I think of the fucking regenerators, bro.
Yeah. The only thing is that like, granted, I haven't played the remake for more than like an hour, but and that this just, you know, one of those things you just never get around to doing really, but. If they're anything like they were in the original one, which I'm not going to say they are, I don't know.
Right.
It definitely, I mean, like after the first playthrough in the original RE4, like once you solve the regenerators, it's just kind of whatever. At least to me it was.
Yeah, no, they still scare
yeah.
shit out of me. Like, yeah, I can get past, dude. I'm a total bitch for scary games. But I played all the Resident Evils because they're like scary, but they're not. You know, they're
like they have their moments. They have their moments, but they're not overly like. I would not say that they were all that terrifying.
Yeah, but you know, I'm invested in the series. I've always liked the series.
Yeah.
But I truly am, you know, a complete bitch when it comes to scary games. I just don't play scary games because I don't want to be scared. The regenerators are oof. I don't know where I had a train of thought. I just lost it. So continue.
I mean, anyway. I don't want to get too lost from the point of this conversation. So, because I just caught like what we're talking about. It's like, hold on, wait, why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about it? Like, well, okay, so the thing is that like Tango, in my opinion, like there were studios that I will follow because like, you know, they'll make a thing that I don't see all that often from somewhere else, like a thing that just like clicks with me. So like Platinum Games is like one of those studios to me because like I'm a big enjoyer, you know, of action games. Like I love fast paced, you know, the
and
action.
Platinum always kicks ass.
Yeah, the thing is that like in my opinion, I know like Bayonetta 2 is like one of the greatest action games ever made, at least to me.
Right.
And
oh shit.
So Tango was the studio that I followed also because like Tango's you know, when how to put it. The origin of Tango Gameworks was like it was started by Shinji Mikami, who is a creator of Resident Evil. And you know, overall, that guy, I would say he hits more than misses, because he like it was with Platinum, but still he directed Vanquish, which was, you know, like that third person shooter that Platinum made where you had like the fucking like jetpack suit or whatever. And yeah, that game was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I can't think of any. What was that? Was Platinum Games the Ninja?
Oh, they haven't done everything they've done.
Blade?
No, that was that was
I
FromSoft.
can't.
That was FromSoft.
Okay, yeah, I can't think of a single game that Platinum hasn't blown out of the water. Well, at least, you know, caused a ripple.
They put out a fighting game a while ago called Anarchy Reigns. That was trash. They put they put out the Legend of Korra game, which was trash. They put out Teenage Mutant Ninja.
Game was not trash.
Yes, it was.
It was just a little good.
They put out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that was trash. I mean, you could kind of see the theme there, but the Transformers game they put out was fucking banging though.
Awesome, yeah, awesome game. Yeah, that's what you play. It was good.
Yep. What else did they put out? They put out. I mean, the biggest flop they had objectively was Babylon's Fall.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That was their attempt at a
live service.
Live service. Yeah.
Which you know is don't get studios that don't make live service games to make live service games, which is what we're gonna segue back into this. But nonetheless, Tango.
And they made Astral Chain too.
Yeah, Astral Chain.
Awesome.
Oh god, that game's so good.
I have it. I bought it. I'm ready to play it.
Nice. So they Tango Gameworks was one of those studios where I would just like keep checking up to see what they're doing because after I say that I know Evil Within 2 is coming out, but after Evil Within 2 specifically, after that game, because when I played, I was just like, wow, this is really fucking good. That's when I like, hey yo, this is like what's going on here, and so when I get to that point, I start just looking at the people behind the games, and so I forget his name, but the director of Evil Within 2, like Tango Gameworks is a Japanese studio.
Right.
I see the name of the person who directed, like, director of first Evil Within, if I'm not mistaken, was Shinji Mikami. Evil Within 2 was a different guy, and I'm like, and it wasn't even a Japanese name. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they got a something from outside.
John Jonas.
Yeah, Johannes.
Johannes.
Yeah. They got an outside dude to do this. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I mean, that guy did a great job. And so when I started playing Hi-Fi Rush, it says director, that guy. I'm like, oh shit, they got the same guy. Same guy. Oh shit. And Hi-Fi Rush is big. I'm like, yo, I mean, like, whatever it is, this as a director, this guy knows his shit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So to see that they got close, bro, I was like, what? I mean, I think everyone else felt the same way. So, but I'm not.
No, everybody's like,
that's insane.
Crazy.
Like, and it's the best Xbox game, first-party Xbox game,
like
a new IP,
period in
a
the
new
past 5,
IP,
6 years. Yeah,
probably 10 of a new Xbox IP. I don't even know. Man, because like there are other Xbox games that have come out that I mean, Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah, Forza Horizon's already.
But the thing is that it's another Forza Horizon game, which I put fucking too many hours on that series, right? Like I love.
Is Senua's an Xbox?
Well, now it is. The first one was not. No.
I would still put Hi-Fi Rush over that, but like that's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would too. Yeah. But like the best Xbox games I could think that have come out in recent, like first party games that have come out in recent memory that come to mind.
Bro, they haven't been putting out shit.
But yeah, that or it's been like kind of like under the radar. So I haven't played it, but by all accounts, there's a game called Pentiment. It was made by Obsidian.
Okay.
But it's a, how to put it? It's definitely a quirky game. Like it's a narrative type. I want to play it. It's normally not like my cup of tea or like my go-to kind of game, but like I want to try it out because it got really good reviews. But it flew under the radar.
Right.
Then you have I mean we both played it. I think Gears 5 is a fucking great game.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
objectively outside of just being like, oh, whatever. It is another Gears of War game, but like this is where Gears of War should go in the future. Like this is
and like we were talking about it with a couple of other people who you know, kind of like they were like done after Judgment.
Yeah.
Who stopped playing Gears of War afterwards, and they're like, oh, Gears of War 5. It's because they haven't played it.
Yeah,
right?
so
it's just the perception is weak.
Oh, no, yeah.
Because like, oh, it's, you know, it's kind of like Halo. It should have died then, but Gears 5 is really
no,
good.
like Halo should have been. I mean, I feel like if Gears stopped at 3, that would have been fine.
Yes,
but unlike Halo should have stopped. In my opinion, should have stopped at 3. But like, if it's stopping at Reach, fine, that's cool. Reach
is really good.
Yeah. People like Reach.
But it's a prequel. Like,
But still, I say if it stopped at 3, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
And especially considering everything that came out after 3 was just like, oh yeah, that's really good. But I don't think anything ever hit that high point of like, oh my god, you know, 3, like
No.
Gears 5 is like the best Gears of War. I mean, like just the campaign I'm just talking about specifically.
Yeah.
But campaign-wise, Gears 5 is the best one. I played through all Gears of War games more recently than I would say most people have. Gears 5 is the best campaign.
I can think. So here's the thing about on that statement specifically. I know Gears 5 is really, really good. Like I know intuitively it's really, really good. But I can remember more of like 1, 2, and 3. More parts, you know, individually that stand out more than 5.
I mean, you got to think of the context of when you play them.
When I was younger.
Yeah, well I mean,
but
like when you were
also like Gears 5 is the last one I played most recently, right?
Yeah, but I don't know, like it could have had that whole like back then it was like fresh enough or fresh and you're like, oh shit, this Gears is cool, as opposed to like I feel like this one had to win you over.
Because this one definitely had to
when we
win
started
me over.
Playing it, like the media vibe I got off you when you were playing, it was just like, yeah, whatever, we're just playing Gears, fine. But then by the end, you're like, yo, can we play Gears?
Yeah, and I made the right choice. And
sure, no,
because it's like two. It was co-op. It was 2-player. Whereas like the last time that's been 2 players was Gears 1, right?
No, it's Gears 2.
Gears 2 was 2 players only.
Yep.
Oh, Gears 3 was the first 4 players one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What the hell was that?
That was just a piece of the table.
Okay. Yeah. You know.
I would say objectively, like I mean, objectively, Gears 5 is easily the best one. Like I would say, story, gameplay, everything on all fronts is the best one. And like after Gears 5 came out, listen, I'm telling you haven't gone back to play them. After Gears 5 came out.
I'm just trying to think like what exactly the Gears 5 does differently than the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? Like in core, they're all like Gears games. Like we went back to Gears 1 and we were still having a good time.
Yeah. But the thing is, so is some of the enemy design. So I mean, aside from just having like the pouncer type things that kind of force you to back up from cover, like you need to change those dudes. You also have like the super beefy ones that like have the armor or whatever. I would say that like the ways that the enemies are designed call for more interesting like encounters. On top of that, what they did with Jack when he could like make you invisible or stun a guy that kind of shit
is important. Yeah.
It like at first, my first knee-jerk reaction when that happened was like, this is a fucking gimmick, get the shit out of here. And then like it took no time at all for I was like, hold up, wait, this is like actual quality. Like like if you don't bring this back, that's gonna be very disappointing.
Yeah.
The open, like the little open world structure is like, it was the right amount of open world in my opinion, for what it needed. Like it wasn't big. Only there are 4 acts in the game. Did 2 of them are open.
Did Gears 5 come out before or after God of War? The 2016 one?
18, you mean?
2018 one.
It came out a year after.
Okay, alright. Because, it's a good size. I would say comparable to like how God of War was an alright size.
Yeah.
The open world type ones.
Yeah. Like just it's the most interesting in terms of just being a the thing is, like, when I say a challenge, it's gonna sound weird, but like, right, it's a shooter, and it's like the shooter of an Xbox 360 from the Xbox 360 generation. So
right.
I guess what I'm saying is just like it's a bunch of enemies who are hit scan and stop and pop, like, you know, you get hit and then you just take cover until it's safe to see the sun again. The way Gears 5 is, I feel like it's like the right amount of changes to that formula to not have it be stale, because that's what Gears 4 was. Gears 4 was like, it's more Gears of War, whatever, it's fine, but it's the same shit.
For some reason, the world just kept on fucking coming after you.
Yeah. And I guess it's gonna be a long episode, but like, the way Gears 4 was, it was just more Gears. Like, it was the same shit. It was the same shit.
Yeah.
It was the same shit.
Yeah,
it was fine.
right.
It was fine. But like Gears 5 actually pushed things forward in an interesting. I don't know. Like, and especially like I said, after Gears 5 came out, I went back and played through all the mainline entries. I played through, and I went back and tried to play Judgment. There's no way that was fucking happening.
No.
But it was, and like, okay, there was like, maybe this is the newest one, so I played, so maybe I had that bias towards it. But then when we went to play it again, I'm like, no, this is because when we went to play again, I went back and played 4 again, and 4 is like the most recent version of how Gears of War used to be, and like, keep in mind 5 is still very much like the old ones.
Yeah,
but
like, well, like, we're splitting hairs here.
Splitting hairs, yeah, but just like what makes it better, it's just like, bro, the gameplay is just so much more refined. It's just so much better.
Yeah,
it's so much better.
I'll agree.
Yeah. So anyway.
Microsoft is
Hi-Fi Rush was the best game to come out from Xbox. First party Xbox game to come out and high profile enough. In God knows how long. And they just shit canned them. It was fucking crazy. They also shit canned Arcane Austin, who
made, what do they do?
Redfall.
And what do they do before Redfall?
Okay, that's
Redfall doesn't
count.
count.
That's where shit starts getting hairy, because we say Redfall, and the thing with like, oh, Redfall's trash, like, good riddance, goodbye, who gives a fuck? But like,
yeah, but what they do before Redfall?
They did Prey, 2017, which I know you're not a fan of. But
I mean, it's a game. I know why people like it. And
yeah,
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's oh, did I never grab the other one? Oh, yes, I did. They did Prey 2017. They also did let's see. I should go to run. Oh, and guess what they did before that?
What?
Dishonored.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah.
the
They're
first
a good
one.
studio. Shit.
Yeah, no, they made great fucking games. And then they make Redfall, which is objectively a not great game.
And that was because like somebody said, "Hey, you make make us a live service game." And they did it for someone else, and then they got bought, right?
Yeah. So that happened. It was because they were, this is all. I think all of this shit, all the studios that this affected were under the Bethesda ZeniMax branch thing. Right. And so, before Microsoft bought them, the Redfall like was part of like an initiative at Bethesda to start making live service games because money.
Right.
So that's why so essentially Redfall is part of the initiative that created other gems such as Wolfenstein Youngblood, which for those who have not played Wolfenstein Youngblood, it's like. Not good. It's not good. I played through it. I've been in with a friend, and that's only because misery loves company, and because I love the other. Well, Wolfenstein 2 was all right, but like Wolfenstein, the other two Wolfenstein games, like Old Blood and whatever the other one, the New Order, were fucking phenomenal games. And like,
and then when you're given a directive to like make a fucking co-op,
like with looter shooter
RPG
type shit. Yeah, like it's so stupid. And, or
well,
like a number based.
It's weird. It's like you take a game that is successful and then you make it into something else
that it's not.
It's
then get mad when it's not successful. Like, bro, what? People aren't gonna eat up your shit. Like okay, I think gamers in general could be real fucking stupid. Sorry, hot take, maybe, I don't know, but like, but like, they're not gonna buy that shit up. Come on, like, no, there's no way, man. Because the thing is that you got to think about the crowd you're trying to appeal to. With like, Wolfenstein appealed to people who wanted boomer shooters. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. And Wolfenstein Youngblood took that part away, so now you're just completely throwing away the people who actually wanted this, and you're not getting anyone new from it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that this initiative at Bethesda created gems such as Redfall, Wolfenstein Youngblood, and fucking Fallout 76.
Ooh.
And so you had three, just like, out of those three games, Youngblood was the best one. And that's a very low bar.
Right.
That's a very low bar, and the fact that it was the best amongst these three games is a pretty damning statement. So, the thing is that like they made Redfall all because like, you know, some like money, make us money, live service games, blah 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 blah, and then they just get shut down. And it's like, bro, what the like how? Like, they did what you wanted them to do. They made a fucking live service game. They made a live service game just because it wasn't a great game, which you should have seen coming from a mile away. It's like, you know, same shit with like Anthem or fucking, you know, the Avengers, Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Fucking God, there's so many. It's hard to remember all of them. But like, it's just all these fucking games that like live service games that just come out and should not be, you know, what these things are. But then the thing is that like they make them, they come out, they're shit, and then like somehow the developers one who gets the short end of the stick. That's crazy. And then they also closed, who else did they close? They closed the Roundhouse Studio Center, Roundhouse Games, I think that's what it's called. So those people, that is like a really funny story, or a strange story, I guess. So they used to be part of a studio called Human Head, if I'm not mistaken. And those were the people who made Prey, the original Prey.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, as much as I know people like that game, I kind of wish I never watched the whole playthrough of it. I'm squeamish like that, but
yeah. It's very much
not to take away from
it's
a good game, but you know,
yeah,
or why people like the games.
I'm a thorough enjoyer of that game. And
what was that other fucking game? Scorn. Yeah, fuck that.
So yeah, they went. It's kind of funny because like before that happened, before I think Roundhouse Games was made, essentially they were Human Head, and it was under Bethesda. They were making Prey 2. And then I'm going to be skipping and probably getting over a lot of stuff and probably getting something wrong, but whatever.
Prey to the 2017 or the original?
So it's original. It was supposed to be the sequel of the original Prey.
Okay.
Apparently, according to some people worked on it, was practically done, but then some other shit, I don't know, like, whatever. But then the game got canceled because it apparently didn't meet Bethesda's quality standards.
But Bethesda doesn't have any quality standards.
Yeah. So it's like it seems like there was some funky shit going on there, especially when they closed Human Head Studios, and then that game Roundhouse Games or Studios, whatever they are called, was created, and then was bought by Bethesda.
Okay.
So it was like full circle kind of shit.
Did they make a game before they were bought by Bethesda for the Bethesda want to buy them, or was it just some weird shit?
I don't know. I don't know. It was like some sus shit. It seemed like some sus shit. And I forgot. I think since then they were like, I think what they mainly did is that they were support studio for Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay.
That's what they want to be becoming. But like, if I'm not mistaken. But then see that they got closed. Like, man, you guys are like, that's crazy. I don't know. It's just crazy. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like, because, I mean, exactly, like, I'll put money on it. This is what happened. They had a plan. They're like, hey, if we conjure up all this talent, like, we can benefit off of it, and we put it on our live service, our
Game Pass,
our subscription service, Game Pass. that you know, that's how we'll make our money. We make good games and we'll do that.
Yeah, but they didn't make
and
the
then
games.
the whole plan changed. You said, all right, now we're going for the Helldivers route. You know, low budget, high
Return. Yeah.
yeah.
Where you're banking on like a game going viral, essentially, a social media, which
or
is like,
you know, it's like
stupid.
fucking they're banking on how many indie studios they can eat up, because I'm pretty sure like the next thing we'll see
Ninja
is
do.
like them buying up a lot more indie studios than they have, and just like trying to put out more fucking side-scrolling emo fucking Dark Souls.
No,
type shit.
I don't think that's the case. I feel like they would probably be more. I imagine they're gonna keep trying to go with the live service model type shit, but instead of going for like these big, you know, your Redfall, your Avengers, your Suicide Squad, they're gonna be going for like your, you know, your Helldivers or your Fall Guys, shit like that is what I'm imagining.
Did you hear about EA?
Okay, that's we're I'm not touching that.
But it's like it's super relevant. It's just
they're
it's super
trying to put
relevant to this.
ads,
I know we're over
is that-
time. All right. So I'll just say this. They said, oh, Battlefield, their latest one sucked, and we're like, hey, going forward, we're going to go full into a good live service Battlefield experience for the next one that's coming out. And then everyone was just like, I think they're missing the point.
The fuck? That what? What?
They're
I mean,
doubling down
they're doubling-
and saying that they didn't do a good live service Battlefield, and that they're doubling down and they're going to make a better live service Battlefield. It's like, I don't
Okay,
think
well,
you
to be
missed-
fair, I'll play devil's advocate here, but also I think it's just true. The problems with the thing is that Battlefield is a game that could be a live service
it could
game.
be a live service. The problem
Yeah.
with Battlefield was like the maps are big and barren.
Yeah, there were a lot of problems with the game that had nothing to do with it being a live service, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But it's like
class
they
design-
didn't address the problems.
No,
They said
no.
the problem was they didn't release enough content for it to be justified as a live service game. That's what they said, and they said that they're going to double down and do quarterly updates.
That's how you know they all do coke.
Yeah, no, it's like, dude, these guys, like, now I'm gonna talk off the cuff. Now I'm gonna sound real ignorant. all right?
activated me.
No. Now-
two begins.
Like now I'm going to be I'm turning into an online gamer. Okay, this is me being stupid. Let me tell you, I look at all these dudes that, you know, they're upper management, and it's like, you know, they get the MBAs and all that shit, but they don't have anything in games. They're just like, how can we optimize to make money? What are people wanting? They look at not making a good game, but making how can we market this game
profitable
to
can it
be
be?
profitable, or what
Yeah,
can we do to make this game profitable? They don't know shit about games. They're just looking at like trends and shit, and it's like they.
How do you keep not seeing that if you just make a good game? Most of the time, it fucking sells. Like
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, like the like I imagine the fucking like the thing with EA, and like it's so weird with EA and other like Ubisoft. I'll say the same shit for them too. It's just like they're such like scum of the earth motherfuckers, but also like there's some every now and then they put something
put out
out
good games.
that's good. I've been playing Jedi Survivor. Bro,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
good
that's a good
fucking game. That's a good fucking game. And like, why can't you just do that? You just do that. It made, like, I would wager that game made its money. I mean, they made a fucking sequel. So like, I would wager that game made its money back and then some.
Also, they had a contract to make the sequel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like, it's not like they wanted to make a sequel. It's like, you know, Star Wars wanted a sequel to this, and that they were the facilitators for this job. Type thing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it was like Fallen Order. That one, like, they're both fucking great
Good.
games. That
Great games.
as far as I know, like they seem to have done perfectly fine, done good. But it's like, and the thing is that I get whole trying to want to hop on a trend thing, but the thing is that like, I think you have to start from the premise of, or from the point of like, make a good game.
No,
Like,
but that's where it always starts, right? It always starts with that, like, hey, we have this team. We're giving you a premise. Make a good game, and then the team's excited because, like, at least from what I see from interviews from people and stuff, like the trend is, hey, you're contracted by the publisher. I want you to make this game. The development studio is like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do it. The people are excited. They have ideas for the game, and then these fuckfaces from corporate come in and they're like, we want this to turn into this, and we want this to turn into this, so we can monetize this later, and we can do this. And it's like, then it turns into this fucking Rorschach of shit that you don't even recognize from the original intent, and that's how you get Super Mario 2. Reference. If you get it, you get it. Anyway.
but yeah. It's like, bro, just be like, hey, is this gonna make the game better? Is it gonna make the game better? Like, the thing is that you can have a live service game. As much as, like, I cringe at the thought, you get a live service game, also make a fuck ton of money, because, like, look at, or that's good, and it makes a fuck ton of money. Am I dead? No, I'm not. Okay. Yep. Once again, look at Helldivers. Things that Helldivers justifies its existence as a fucking live service game.
Yeah. Did you see?
It actually does things. What?
The Sony Helldivers shit.
Bro, we're so in the weeds right now. I'm not trying to go over my every last fucking
I don't know,
thing.
it's just when you since you brought it up.
Okay. Look at Fall Guy. I'm dead. No, I'm not. Wow. Look at Fall Guys. Fall Guys fucking, like, comes out and it's just like a cute little thing that it's a fucking game show type game. But you can tell the people who made that game wanted to make a good game, and the reason why that game is a live service game makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, the reason why something like Suicide Squad is a live service game doesn't make sense. The reason why something like fucking Redfall is a live service game doesn't make sense. Fucking fire. Oh my god. The reason why, what else? What's another fucking shitter game? Well, the reason why Anthem's a fucking live service game doesn't make sense.
Anthem could have been a live service game. It just had to have been a complete game.
The thing is that, I'm not gonna lie, there are elements of Destiny which I don't even get why it's fucking a live service game.
No, Destiny should not be a live service game.
Like, that's the same thing with Anthem. It's like, okay, if it's a game with multiplayer, yeah, sure, but thing is that, like, you do so many things alone, what the fuck does it matter if I'm connected online or not? Like, it's... So...
Oh, did you hear about the Tencent I think it was Tencent. Did they buy FromSoft? Like, FromSoft is now
I think
owned
they
by...
just, like, I don't know if they own them. I think they just have, like, a small stake in them.
Yeah, a small stake.
Like,
but
I think it was like single-digit percent.
So Tencent was trying to make an Elder Scrolls not Elder Scrolls, Elden Ring mobile game. But they stopped development of it because there was no way that they could conceive of making it a live service. So they just completely abandoned the idea. Good. Yeah.
Thank fucking God. But, like,
anyway, don't sell your company to a publisher because you don't know what their idea of how they're gonna do shit is gonna be in 5 years.
Yeah, like,
if you really want your gaming company to stay around.
Yeah, like,
anyway.
I can only imagine what's gonna happen with fucking Ninja Theory once Hellblade 2 comes out. Like, it's like, it comes out. Let's see.
It comes out on Game Pass. Like, that
it has no marketing.
That's too. Yeah, that's like. I kind of understand how, like, investing in companies to have more games on your subscription service works, but I kind of don't. I don't know enough about it to see how this makes sense.
Yeah,
how they can make a AAA game, sell it, so people can subscribe 1 month for $19.99. I don't know.
Because you're amongst those people that subscribe for 1 month, you'll get some that stick around.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, and Microsoft has the money to play the long game, so like, it's, it's whatever for them. But like,
bro, I thought they did, which, they were buying up all these companies like 5 years ago, pre-pandemic. And we were like hopeful, like, oh, now these companies that deserve to make good games can get the funding that they need to make great games.
Yes.
Just not the way it turned out. It's like they bought them up, they held on to them, they looked at them, and they did nothing with it.
Yeah.
And now they're gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I would say that in this case, that has nothing to do with the amount of money they have. They're just dickheads. Like that's kind of just how way more I see
No,
it.
I
'Cause,
mean,
like,
I don't know I assume it has to be a financial decision.
well, of
Like,
course it is. It's
I
just
assume they're not doing it out of spite.
well, no, I mean they're just doing it because clearly, like they see the route that they're taking now is the one that'll just make them more money, and specifically make them more money quickly. Like they were, like I imagine in their case they were like, oh yeah, we'll just play the long game here, and then they bought Activision, and then had a 62% increase in revenue.
Right.
And it's just like, yo, we just got like Activision Blizzard. Granted, that that costs a shit ton of money, but like they got Activision Blizzard first earnings report get a 62% increase in revenue, and 60% of that was from Activision Blizzard or Activision Blizzard King. And so I imagine they saw that and they're like, what the fuck are we doing? Get rid of this shit. There's no point. Even though like Microsoft, like in the grand scheme of things, the amount of money that gaming brings in for Microsoft is still nothing compared to what actually brings them money, which is like cloud shit. And it's, like this is clearly just a business decision. But anyway, like what I'm saying is just with like Ninja Theory, right? So Hellblade 2 is coming out as of the recording of this video, is coming out in like 10 days. And
Right.
that's a big budget AAA yet a single player game. Well, that is what it's going to be, I assume, right? Unless something changes there or change. But like, and it's been in development for fucking forever.
Yeah, that's how many we've said it too many times. I'm not going to repair it.
Yeah, the Hookah Shaka thing. Yeah. But the thing is, actually, no. It is good to bring up the Hookah Shaka thing because there's no marketing for that game. Like when you look at the Hookah Shakas, that was just like one trailer in a the Game Awards thing.
Yeah.
Well, not one trailer, but it was like it was just a thing that would happen once a year or once every 2 years or how many times it actually did happen at the Game Awards.
I felt like it's way too many times for the amount of times I've seen it.
Yeah, for it to not come out. But
Yeah.
realistically, there's no marketing for that game. Like it now, I'm talking about like where it matters. Leading up to this game's launch, you don't see ads or shit for it anywhere.
Yeah, and they didn't do it with Hi-Fi Rush either.
But Hi-Fi Rush was like a stealth drop.
Yeah,
that was different.
I mean, all of their games seem like they have no marketing behind them. Like even Halo Infinite, like they dropped it at, they showed gameplay. Everybody was pissed, and they said, "Okay, we're not releasing it right away. We're doing it for, we're going to work on it." And then when it was about to come out, just dropped. At least that's my perception of it. As far as marketing and Xbox, they haven't really been pushing any games that they've been putting out. As opposed to like Sony, when Horizon comes out, you see that everywhere. You see that on Twitch. You see they have Horizon drops on Twitch if you're watching person. On YouTube, they have trailers. I can't think of the last time I saw an Xbox trailer other than Game Awards or conferences and shit. Like it's the perception that I have of Microsoft is they don't have any advertising for any of the games that they make.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Thing is, like, so in Halo's case, Halo has the name, right? Like, Halo's Halo. Even though, like, definitely fallen from grace, but, like, it's still Halo.
Yeah.
Hellblade doesn't have that. Hellblade does not have that. And I'm like, what happens when this game comes out? And if it just, like, critically, great. What I'm assuming, what I'm going to call is that game is a critical success and a commercial failure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling, because it's been in development for so fucking long, as like practically what seems like no marketing behind it, and it doesn't have that like brand power like the way Halos or Gears or Forza does.
Yeah.
And what happens to Ninja Theory then? Because like, my opinion, Ninja Theory has been one of those studios that like does not miss. Like they
do not.
They
miss
put
at all.
out Heavenly Sword. They put out Enslaved Odyssey to the West. They put out DMC, which once you get past all the butthurt internet nerds was a really good game.
Really, really good.
They put out Hellblade. They put out Bleeding Edge, which it was like this weird. It almost felt like if you brought back fucking like Power Stone or some shit is the best way to describe it. It was like a weird game, but it was like a fun multiplayer thing. But it wasn't popular, and it was a very weird, not weird concept, but it was a novel idea, and it didn't catch on, and that game flopped really hard. But like it was a good game.
Right.
And now you had, and then there was everything I already said Hellblade, but now you have this game coming out.
That like took a really long time to develop.
And what happens when this one, like, what happens to Ninja Theory? Like, you had a studio that like just made constant banger after banger after banger, and now they're under, like I can't imagine that they might feel some kind of way making that game. I mean, I was just assuming a lot, but
I can't think of a world where like you're absolutely right where.
They're not
that game is a commercial failure and they don't get shut down.
Yeah.
If I look at Hi-Fi, that was a success in all ways.
Fronts. Yeah.
And it wasn't even that high of a budget that, you know, even though it didn't meet their budget constraints. Fucking Ninja Theory is using a lot of money for these actors and all the facial recognition and
how
and shit.
The fucking
and like this is a high budget game that's coming out.
And
if it flops,
like there's no way at least one person within that company would feel like the axe is coming for them next. Like that's what I'm saying. And that's a shame. But I think we've gone on pretty.
This is a full
this is
podcast.
the longest episode I think that we've had in a long time.
All right, we're gonna fuck these. We haven't even talked about the game in 3 episodes. We're gonna fuck these magicians up later. All right,
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.